Hi. Like the mic is in his butt right now.
The what?
The microphone?
Oh, inside his butt.
Yeah, kind of.
Must be a hoot in there.
Hi friends, and welcome to Wives vs. World, where we have fun talking about queer stuff as a trans cis lesbian married couple. I'm Jackie.
I'm Anya.
And today we want to talk a bit about jealousy. We want to talk a bit about envy. I think there is a notion that, and I don't know if this is true, but that trans people might be a bit envious of cis people for actually identifying with their assigned gender at birth. I've heard a number of different ideas posed to that effect, and I thought that would be a really fun thing to talk about, both from my perspective as a trans woman, but also to hear what my beautiful wife's perspective is as a cis woman. Is there anything about my experience that might be something you envy?
Let's find out.
Let's find out. When we say envy or jealousy, we don't talk about the classical Hollywood. Why are you seeing Julie? Why are you seeing Julie? You can't see Julie. I am so jealous. You know, that's the classic one.
You can't live with another woman in
No.
a lighthouse for 2 months. My experience is not universal.
It's not that kind. It is, you know, we're talking about the gender envy, the oh boy, I wish I had been born cis or whatever. Let's talk about that. But in order to do so, we have to go back a few years. When we started dating, I was still presenting, what was I presenting as? A little
Little boy slut. Wait. But you were a slut. That's not really up for debate.
No, that's true.
It's the boy here that's...
I was presenting as a boy at the time. But at some point, I came out to Anya, and you can watch that story in another video if you are so inclined. But I felt very dysphoric when we started dating, and I felt comparatively bigger and more clumsy and masculine and manly. So I do think that when we started dating, I really wanted to do what you did. I wanted to be small. I wanted to be dainty.
Wait, both of them.
Okay.
One more
And frail. And like, you seemed like the perfect feminine ideal. So at the time I asked for your help. How can I be more, like, how can I do what I want to do? And so you helped me with clothes, you helped me with things like mannerisms and stuff like that, actually. And I guess there was an element to begin with where I actually looked to you and was a bit jealous
of my extreme feminine, frail beauty.
Your female
My wispy
wiles.
femininity.
I really wished when we started dating, like when I came out to you, that I had the opportunity. And maybe I was a bit resentful too, because standing next to you, I would just always look a bit bigger because you have an impossibly small waist.
Yeah.
You are impossibly tiny.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big person, like, compared to...
You're quite small yourself.
I'm quite small myself. Compared to the average cis woman, I'm just about that size, actually.
Yeah, you're medium.
I'm
size.
right in, like, a tiny man. But a pretty...
A normally small man.
But a pretty average woman. So that was something that I struggled with until I realized that by perpetuating this woman equals small, frail, dainty, I was not just doing a disservice to myself. I was actually also harming other trans women in perpetuating this, but also cis women, because people come in all different kind of sizes, and we can't just hold everyone to like the same standards of being like tiny, frail, dainty, whatever. It's very Western centric and a very outdated beauty ideal norm that we should really move away from. Once I took a look in the mirror and thought, you know what, I'm actually pretty happy with what I see. So yeah, letting go of these notions was something that really helped me learn to love myself and perceive myself and not feel gender envy towards you, like, because you are you and I am me. And somewhere along the way, I actually started like being pretty stoked about being trans. Like, it's not like, oh, I wish I was cis, or it doesn't matter. Like, I actually think it's pretty neat. I don't see it as a negative or something that it's
Part of your experience.
Exactly.
It gives you really unique perspective on the world.
Yeah. It's one of the things that make me me and brings me happiness. Like,
I like that a lot. I think that's very beautiful and very sweet. And I'm very happy because envy in a relationship really doesn't do any good.
no, it's just not very helpful.
Yeah, exactly. You're allowed.
I'm just curious about the other way around.
Yeah. If I've been jealous of you.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that Jack has always been really beautiful, but especially after transitioning, you have become a very, very beautiful woman. And I enjoy that a lot, of course. But since we are two women in a relationship, people have a tendency of comparing our beauty or like ranking who's the hotter one or stuff like that. And then there's also the thing where when we go out, Jack is obviously really cute and nice to people and very extroverted. So people hit on her a lot more than they do on me. And even if I'm right there, like right in front of me. And I can imagine a scenario where a cis woman might have some kind of feelings of like her femininity or something being threatened or
Usurper.
yeah, something like that, or the feeling of being overshadowed suddenly by another woman in the relationship. But I don't really care. I obviously think Jack is really, really beautiful, and
You too?
yes, and I like when other people call her beautiful as well. Even though you get more attention than me, I like that actually. I think you're very beautiful.
I just want to say I totally disagree.
Yeah, okay, good. But then there's also the thing that Jackie had these unrealistic expectations about how she should look or what she compared herself to. Because I am very, very small and thin and fragile person, and my body has always been very finicky, and I've been in a lot of pain. My body just doesn't really want to work with me, and of course because of that there's a lot of physical things that I can't do and I'm just not good at, even though I want to be. Yeah, there's a lot of problems in that way. So sometimes it can be hard to be with someone like Jackie, who's just the epitome of health and physical endurance and stuff like that, because you've just always been better than me at absolutely anything physical. Like, we've been working out a lot together, and when we go on walks or dates or stuff like that, there's also a lot of a whole thing about water that I can't touch water and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that you can do that I can't, that I feel maybe really envious of. I wish I was as good at things if I try them out or stuff like that. But I think that's really interesting because that is connected to how I look. But
Yeah.
that doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you're trans.
No.
It's
Yeah, I can touch water.
it's just a fact that most people are stronger than me and physically better. I also had this cis woman, my good friend that I grew up with, she's a powerhouse, really just peak physical strength and perfection. And I've always been physically inferior to her. So it's just something that I grew up with, and I always felt like that, like the story of my life.
She is quite intimidating.
She is really, very
Kindest
strong.
person ever, but I'm sure she could beat the shit out of, like...
Both of us at the
Yeah,
same time,
yeah.
without even farting. Yeah, so it's not a trans cis thing. It's just being in a relationship with someone who's
Different.
objectively better than you. Let's not say that. Okay. Let's rephrase that. Being in a relationship where someone can do something you can't can cause envy. But I don't dwell on it, and you're really kind always about it. You help me out and stuff, and you never get angry at me for not being able to do the things that you can. There's no need to let that envy fester and anything like that. So no, I wouldn't say that there's any like specific envy involved.
One thing I do envy about you is your beautiful brown eyes.
Oh,
Like they look so beautiful. I once tried like a colored contact lenses, and like they were brown. I was just like, I look so damn adorable. And then I looked at you, I was like,
adorable.
you have those eyes.
Oh my god.
I'm so jealous.
But your eyes were the things that made me fall in love with you.
Well, baby, it takes one to know one.
But okay. Anyway, did that answer your question about envy, jealousy?
I think it did. I think it's very important to be critical of jealousy and envy and really see where that's coming from, because usually it comes from insecurities. So in order to tackle that, and that goes for the, I guess, the traditional kind of envy jealousy that we briefly mentioned, it's all about communication. It's all about finding the pain points. It's about being seen, it's about being listened to, and it's about being understood.
I'm having thoughts.
You're having thoughts? Second thoughts?
No.
Oh.
Just I'm
First.
thinking. Thinking is happening. Slowly. It's just something about that. If you had held on to that envy,
Yeah.
if you always looked at me, maybe you missed out on the experience of being the small person in a relationship. Like if you had found like a huge man who could hold you in his arms and
Or a huge woman.
oh yeah, you like
Even
exactly.
better.
Yeah. Then it would have made you feel differently. So it isn't about you, it's like comparatively.
Some people want people who make them feel like the small spoon.
Yeah. But I do make you feel like
You
the small
always
spoon,
make me
don't
feel like the small spoon. No bones about it. No, but I guess, yeah, if I were with someone who was much bigger, maybe I would feel or have felt smaller and daintier throughout the relationship.
Maybe you would also have felt less strong and less capable.
Maybe.
And you like feeling capable.
I like feeling strong and capable.
Yeah. What are your feelings about jealousy and envy? Has that been a thing that impacted any of your relationships? And how do you think is the best way to deal with it?
Do you view it as negatively as we do? Because maybe some people think it's...
Flattering? Oh.
Yeah, could be.
Could be. Well, we'd love to know, to get some perspective of jealousy and or envy in trans-cis relationships. I think this is a really interesting topic, and I think it's something that is hard to talk about, especially partners in between.
Exactly.
Because what you do about that, I can't change the fact of my size.
And it's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, to admit that you think you aren't as good or whatever. Yeah. Very interesting topic.
Very interesting indeed.
Yeah.
We hope you liked this video, and if you did, you can subscribe for more.
It's true.
And be sure to hit the bell icon if you want to be sure to get a notification whenever we post new videos. We try to do that every Sunday. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But if you just can't wait for us to do that, you can find us on Instagram. Come say hi. And without further ado, we hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.